Alright guys, let's get into today. Now, what program are you on for your health and wellness? Don't worry, I'll wait. Like most people, they'll say, I'm not on a program. You know, some people will have something they're on, but most people, if you ask them, I'm not on a marketable program. I'm not on a Weight Watchers. I'm not on some diet plan. I'm not doing keto. I'm not doing any stuff. I'm not on a program. My challenge is, you're always on a program. The choices that you make will lead to results. Your results come from that repeated decision over and over again. And the things that we do on a daily basis, continuously, our habits and our choices that we continue to do, and I call it the default program. Now that default program can be so frustrating because it's put there by all of the things that we've seen through our lives. We have our parents who teach us the way that they do things. We have friends who do things in a way that influences us. We have people who have come in and out of our lives. It could even be movies or music or anything that influences what we believe is our default program. And that's the things that we do on autopilot. It's the things that we do when we're not thinking about moving toward a goal or challenging our limits. It's the food we eat. It's the actions that we take. It's the things that we drink. It's the habits that we've created. It's the excuses that we use. These are the things that are part of the default program. And yes, this also includes the things that we say to ourselves. That inner dialogue of you're not good enough, or you're not worthy, or you deserve this, or you deserve that. Those are the things that they start creeping in as part of who we've identified ourselves as. And we get really heavily into belief systems later on what you believe is your reality. But as it stands right now, what is your default program? And I want you to try to be brutally honest here. Write it out as though you're objectively looking at somebody else. What are the habits that you like to do when it comes to food? What are the habits you do for exercise? What are the habits you do for gaining more knowledge and for growing emotionally or through personal development? What are you doing to improve, or are you doing nothing to improve? Do you just go to work, pay your bills, and then eat, and then repeat? Or are you doing anything that would be something you could be proud of? So take an inventory on what your program is. This is not as easy as it sounds to write it all out. So take the time and make sure that by Tuesday you've written out what your default program is. I eat these things. I drink these things. Now the part that's going to be complicated for many people is you have to be really honest about this as you write it down. Don't worry about my opinion, I don't judge. We have to know what you're really working with in order to make a different decision. And if you're not honest with you, you'll never be able to make a true choice about what you want to do about it. So take the time, take inventory on what is your default program. The next thing that we get into is going to be, what do you want and why do you want that? That gets in pretty deep, and it can be really difficult in a society where we're taught not to make our goals because if we do, we may fail. And it's safer to not fail than it is to try. That's backwards, just so you know. But first you have to understand what it is that you do for your default program, because if you don't have an awareness, which is always number one, of what it is that you're doing, there's no way you can ever break out of your default program or catch it when it keeps trying to put you back into place. Knowing what you want, knowing what you had, and knowing not to go back down the same road you've already done over and over that led you right here. Sick and tired of being sick and tired. Now is the time to actually do something to break that default program and turn it into something that you're honestly proud of. Something that you know in this life you have control over, to say, I take care of myself this way. Right now's the time to be honest. What's your default program? And let's talk on Tuesday.